That is absolutely shocking what you've just seen there, isn't it? Happening in the centre of London today. And that has continued for quite some time. I do believe that it has now stopped, and it ended up with the police donning full riot gear and kettling the group. As to whether they've fully arrested everybody or moved them on or what, I'm not 100% certain. There does seem to be limited news coming out in regards to that. But this event, what you're seeing there, is exactly what I was talking about in my video. Bibby Stockholm is a case study for wider society, which I did, I think it was either yesterday or the day before. Please do watch that. It's I talk about the events that have been happening on the Bibby Stockholm in regards to the sectarian violence on board that floating hotel. But I've also made people aware in that video as well that this type of thing happens more often than you realise. Near where I live, we have the town of Blackpool, and there's a road down there called Central Drive. It's quite a cosmopolitan part of the town now. It is directly away from Blackpool Tower, and this is a regular thing that happens down there, where you end up with Kurds and Turks and Albanians and all sorts battling in the streets with each other, like that, but with things like machetes and stuff as well. They're constantly having to kettle them and deal with it. This is what, sorry for that, this is exactly what happens when you bring in people who have tribal grievances with other people around the world. Now, up to now, what is known is that the people involved in that are possibly Eritreans and maybe Somalians. It may be that both sides are Eritreans or both sides are Somalians, or it may be 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Very mixed reports what's coming out. It's definitely from that part of Africa, and this is absolutely tribal in nature, what's happening there. Possibly around events that are happening in Israel at the moment with Gaza. But again, we are bringing in these sectarian problems from abroad, and tribal violence is erupting on our streets. And I'm telling you now, as immigration continues to explode, we're going to see more and more large-scale riots, bigger than this, happening in future. On another story as well, I've not read it, but I'll say about putting the link below. A bomb factory in, I think it was Islington, has been raided today. The police have said with that it wasn't linked to terrorism, but I cannot understand how, unless you're a military contractor, how you can possibly be running a bomb factory and not be linked to terrorism. I find that very, very strange for the police to say that. I'll put the link to that article below. I may do a video on it later. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.